Once again, the canyons of the American Southwest have called my name. So I answered, returning to walk in their footsteps, chasing echoes of the past, in search of the secrets they still guard.
Alright guys, welcome back to another video. As you can see behind me, the rain has kind of put a damper on all my plans this week, this whole trip really. But I'm out here trying to make the most of it, and I'm here, so, you know, when in Rome, I guess. But hopefully this turns out pretty cool. Definitely probably the latest I've ever gone out hiking like this. So hopefully we're good. I know in my last video, I stayed to get drone shots. So I had a dark, cold, wet hike out in the rain, but it's all worth it. I thought that they were pretty cool. Definitely still need some practice, but I didn't crash it, so that's a plus. Hopefully I can get some pretty cool drone shots in here. I'll do my best. But more than anything, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for all the support I've been getting. All the people commenting, telling me how much you like it. Keep doing these, so here I am. Take a gander at that. That's what we're going into. Hopefully I don't get washed out, but all the big rain seems like it's going around here. I kept going to different spots, and I'd see a big old dark cloud come over the horizon, coming right at me, with streams of rain coming from it, and I know what that means out here in the desert, and it ain't good. Pretty cool rock formation up there. Right here, and it honestly looks like it's on its last leg. Doesn't seem like it has too much longer left. You can clearly see right here, that's a log sticking out. There's a couple. That would have been floor number 1, or I guess floor number 2. And then up there, that's remnants of the roof. Oh, look at that little door right there. I can't even video inside of it. I don't even want to get up by these. They seem so fragile. Here, I'm gonna take my pack off. I think this is a good time to go over and say, like, we need to treat these sites with the utmost respect and do everything we can to preserve them. And you might say it's counterintuitive for me to say this because I'm out here, I'm getting up close to them, but I will say I am very careful the whole entire time. And I don't think I've ever done anything to a ruin that will actually bring its destruction. So I'm just out here trying to spread awareness so that we can preserve these wonderful, amazing things. The echo in here is crazy. Woo! Woo! That's nuts. I wonder if that's part of why they liked it up in here. You can see there's looks like a Kiva that's been either looted or excavated over there. We'll go check that out in a second. Here, I guess I'll start over here. Some of the roof still intact. I mean, blackening on the roof a little bit. Oh yeah, and up underneath that wood. Little peephole, possibly. I'm sure that's what it was. You can kind of see a little bit more of how these were made. Like this one's pretty unique. There's all this like fiber in it. And little rocks. A little piece of pottery. That's like a guy on a horse, but I think all this would have come at a much later date. They were made and abandoned before horses were in America, or brought over by the Spanish. Zigzag, and then it leads to this little dude. Camera picks this up better than my eyes. I have no idea what that is. I'd love to hear your opinions though. Oh. I don't know how well you can make it out. There's red pigment right here. And there's some up here, a little up here. At least I think so. Doesn't look natural. And then there's like a bunch of black right here too. Alright, this one's a little bit sketchy. I'll be real careful. Wow. That's tall. Just imagine how many fires were held in here. What were these people's lives like? Beam sticking out. I'm sure that would have also, maybe not. Usually they would have had a porch to access that, but I'm wondering if this ruin used to be a lot bigger and this is just part of it and the rest has fallen away and this floor would have continued where I am now. Because I'm not even seeing anywhere that, like, they could have just been a ladder right here, but I feel like it would have been pretty tricky getting in this door when you got a ladder right here. Maybe not so much when there was more dirt, you know, when it would have been backfilled further out. That's some kind of erosion, holy moly. Yeah, I don't think these will be here very much longer, but they're still so intact. I guess that's just how it is out here. Well, maybe that's why. Maybe that was the main entrance or something. But No, I would think that's for ventilation. I would think that's for ventilation. And I guess maybe that's from a log running out, but I'm sure there would have been other places it ventilated so that the smoke left. So, I mean, this isn't a massive site, but I mean, like in my opinion, it's amazing. This is way cool. Where are those? Oh, right here. See that? That kind of makes me think maybe I am correct on this being taller. Because way out of my reach, there's little bird feet. Turkey feet? Turkey tracks? See those little dudes? See those? Those are authentic. I think this would have been later on. And that too. I would suspect that they're like Ute in origin. This black looks a little weird. Do we think this was a dwelling? Pretty small dwelling. Kids room? That's the view they had. Wow. This place is really amazing. Oh, whoa. I gotta walk all the way back up and around. I'm getting a close-up of that. Check out that dude. That's pretty cool. What would that have been? Is he a pirate? Is that a parrot on his shoulder? Oh, I don't think the camera's gonna pick it up. But there's some pictographs up there. I need to get a new camera. Or at least another one. Because right now I'm just filming everything on like the newest GoPro. And it does pretty good. For what it does. Well, clearly, I think my idea might be right, because clearly this was a dwelling. You got the black soot, on the roof. It stopped here. Look right here. That's the remnants of the mortar. So yeah, this ruin was a lot bigger than it is now. A lot bigger. But all the rest of that is down here and lost to time.
Zooming out really helps put into perspective just where these people decided to call home. And just really makes me wonder, why did these people retreat to the canyons? What were they hiding from? But that's just one of those questions that we may never truly have the answers to.
Oh, there's handprints up there. And they're in red. That's so cool. And also a little bit eerie. What an incredible place, man. Well, let me act like an ancient and tuck up in this alcove while it sprinkles outside. Oh, man. Yeah. Right here, that's a grinding slick. All right here, grinding slicks. Moki step is what I think. I would think those are sharpening grooves. Hopefully that might be a concentric circle. That one though, that's a spiral no matter what. It's almost like I don't know, a flower maybe? Whatever it is, it's pretty cool. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this. Little dude. And then some of that's really hard to make out. Maybe the camera will pick it up better. 1, 2, 3 Moki steps. Was that so that they could get over there just to do the rock art maybe? That's some weird symbol. And then yeah, just grinding slicks. So many grinding slicks and Moki steps. This whole back wall is rock art. I don't know if this would be from like newer, more recent times, but there's a straight line of a rock wall. Yeah, that used to be a ruin because there's mortar up here. Check out that mortar. Oh, the camera does a little bit better on picking these out. Those sure are some deep sharpening grooves. Looks like there's some more stuff right here. And up there. Maybe like a humanoid figure, but it's hard to tell. Oh. That's a grinding slick. You can see it's perfectly smooth. That probably was too. Oh. Little person. Spiral. The camera honestly does better at picking a lot of these out than I do. Yeah, this would have been their Kiva. Sure is raining now. Yeah, this would have been their Kiva. That almost looks like a doorway, but I would believe that probably would have just been like a fireplace or ventilation shaft, because typically Kivas were entered through the top. They came in like a pit house. There'd be like logs stacked in a circle going this way.
Alright, let's take a step back. Right here I try to explain how they constructed their kivas, which is proving to be rather difficult and quite confusing, especially when we're missing the top half of the structure. So let me break it down for you. Kivas are sacred to the peoples of the Pueblo culture.
They are typically circular and partially subterranean.
This diagram
although
shows how
some
most kivas
square
would have
or
been
rectangular
constructed
kivas
and gives you
have
the
been
general
found.
layout. And this is a photo of a still intact kiva, which lets us see exactly what it would have looked like to be inside one of these structures.
Haven't seen much pottery here, but I'm sure this site has seen lots of visitation. Let's go check out this alcove. Oh, look at those. Oh. This looks like a mono used in the grinding slicks, which they would call matate. That's pretty cool. And then those are pretty weird. I don't know what those would be. Yeah, but that's most certainly a mono for grinding corn. Sadly, I think all the corn cobs and all the pieces of pottery probably walked away from this site with hikers with sticky fingers. Or it's all been washed down, but I haven't seen any. I'll go look down here though. Love me some pottery. I'm not seeing a single piece of pottery down in this wash, which is odd to me. Maybe there'll be some pottery over here. I found one tiny little piece of grayware coiled. Hopefully you can see, like, in the middle there's like a line. Oh no. Yeah, this would be the place to look for pottery. Directly underneath the ruins, this is where it'll be. Some flaking from making stone tools. Yeah, stone tool flakes. Look at that. Oh, that's really cool. That's like redware, but it's like clearly being worn down. I see a couple more pieces of pottery. Yo, I think this cactus, being so pokey, has protected all of these things. If that's the case. I'm gonna move all this stuff into the cactus. What do you think about that, Mr. Sticky Fingers? There we go. Here's a little piece. Looks like it just came out from underneath that rock right there. Corrugated. Just brownware? I don't know. Just simple. Well, that's pretty cool. At least there's still some pottery. I love me a little bit of pottery. I like finding it, especially when it's painted. Painted pottery is so cool. I like how you get to see how artsy they made it. I like seeing a piece that someone had fun with. So yeah, I guess there is pottery here. You just really gotta look for it. But there's not as much as I've seen at other places. Little pack rat nest. I always look for corn cobs in pack rat nests because they're little scavengers. They will make a nest out of corn cobs. Doesn't matter if they're ancient or not. They don't care. Look at this rock. Yeah, that looks like it was by a fire for sure. That looks like it made a fireplace, in my opinion. And try by that weird rock there. I wasn't sure what's up with it. Directly underneath the, I guess, dwelling, possibly granary.
Home point updated.
Boy, doesn't that storm look ominous? Because that storm's either going to hit me with everything it's got, or the sun's about to come out. And I can't tell. Over there it's sunny. Over there. That looks like it's going to wash out the road I came on in, and I don't know how I'm going to get out. I'm just praying that sun will come out and give me a beautiful sunset. It would absolutely be the cherry on top for today. Well, I guess even when it's rainy and gloomy, the desert is still such a beautiful place. If you really like this video, leave a like. If you want to see more of my videos, subscribe. I got plenty more to watch, and I'm always making more. I'm always coming back out here and exploring more. But I think that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching. I think things are going to get dicey, so I'm going to roll out of here.